From one cartoon double act to another, we take another platforming journey through my childhood. Granted, the cat and mouse from last week was more my jam than the moose and squirrel from this, but they were definitely there. Our story begins in beautiful downtown Frostbite Falls, where an event is about to take place, the grand opening of the Rocky and Bullwinkle Museum. In attendance are the intrepid duo themselves, not to mention the museum creator, Captain Peter Peachfuzz. Of course, what would a museum be without a crack team of security guards? With strange, foreign accents, mustaches. Hey! Wait a minute, it was obviously Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatal. They routinely pillage the valuables from the museum, darling. You first control Bullwinkle through various stages, whereby you not only have to battle a relentless onslaught from the two baddies, and their millions of clones, as well as literally everything else in this hellish town, but you also have to contend with the slowest control response and character movement in video game history, probably. Your own motor skills mean basically nothing in this game. You jump with A, and it's accompanied by an obnoxious sound effect every single time. When I first played this, I had to mute the game almost immediately due to this horrendously over-the-top sound effect. Just why? B tilts Bullwinkle's head forward. It's supposed to be a ramming attack, but it doesn't ever work. You'll just take damage. Honestly, don't ever try attacking any enemies, as their movement patterns and hitboxes are ridiculously unfair. Boris is standing on rooftops above the levels, chucking bombs at you, which fall directly in the worst possible places for your platforming, meaning a double whammy of getting damaged in an explosion and then falling down into a pit. This happens incessantly from the very start of the first level. You can just about make a jump, only for Natasha to throw a dagger at you from really short range. Basically unavoidable. Everything moves way too quickly, especially when you tally it up next to the almost stoned nature of your own movements. It's like you're jumping through pudding or something. Rocky is a slightly more fun character to play, as he at least moves at a reasonable speed, and his tail swing attack is actually usable. The problem is getting through the Bullwinkle levels without taking the cartridge out and stomping it into oblivion. Endless cheap damage, frustratingly precise jumps with supplemental unavoidable crossfire, attacks that don't work, levels that end super abruptly. Honestly, I'm trying to think if there's anything remotely positive to say here. The graphics are quite nice, I guess, and the cutscenes are at least faithful to the cartoon. That's all you're getting out of me, though. This game is the absolute dregs of cartoon tie-ins. As we'll see plenty of times from here on out, THQ and Imagineering were a duo to be feared when it came to the Game Boy. It's not just the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends you want to avoid if you're a fan of this era of cartoons. In not very many episodes' time, the terrible twosome basically took this entire game, gave it some sprite and music swaps, slightly changed the level layouts a bit, without taking out any of the terrible controls or overall cheapness, and repackaged it as the Ren and Stimpy Show, Space Cadet Adventures. That one hurts even more than this because I actually liked that show quite a lot. It boggles my mind that companies were allowed to get away with such a crass ripoff like that. To release a terrible game once is bad enough. To do it twice in as many months is just insulting. For shame, THQ.
Oh, joy.